You are looking at an animal fat candle that costs $0 to make. The raw material is sitting in your kitchen drain right now. It will burn forever, meaning on a properly built wick, it never ends. You refill it. That is the whole point. And in 1880, John D. Rockefeller's Standard Oil Company spent over $50 million in modern equivalent to make sure you forgot it existed. They had a waste disposal problem called petroleum wax. You became the disposal site. 3 things I'm holding back for later in this video. 1, the variation that lasts almost twice as long as the standard build, used by medieval monasteries for centuries. 2, the one fat you should never burn indoors, and almost every survival channel gets this wrong. 3, the ingredient my dad has been using up north for years that turns this into the best burning candle I have ever seen. Stay with me, because the back half is where this gets genuinely useful. Walk into any grocery store. The candle aisle is dozens of brands of the same thing. Pick one up. You will not find the word paraffin. You will find the word wax. That single substitution is doing 80 years of public relations work on you. Paraffin is petroleum wax, what is left over after they refine crude oil into gasoline. In 2009, South Carolina State University confirmed paraffin candles release toluene and benzene into indoor air during normal burning, both classified as carcinogens by the World Health Organization. In 2024, the National Institutes of Health documented a 66-year-old woman who developed lipoid pneumonia from inhaling vaporized petroleum wax in her own living room. The candle aisle is a regulated pollution source operating without warning labels. And honestly, I did not believe how clean animal fat burns by comparison until I tested it side by side. Tallow, rendered beef, pork, or game fat, is saturated fatty acids: stearic, palmitic, oleic. They undergo complete combustion. 3 outputs: carbon dioxide, water vapor, visible light. That is it. The flame on an animal fat candle is biochemically identical to the flame humans have used since 3000 BC. The flame on a paraffin candle is a miniature petroleum refinery operating in your bedroom. So how did we lose 4,000 years of clean-burning animal fat candles? One name. By 1880, Standard Oil controlled 90% of U.S. petroleum refining. Their main product was kerosene. The problem was the waxy residue left behind, tons of it stockpiled, costing money to store. A chemist on their process team figured out how to purify it into hard white wax. They named it paraffin, a waste product they could now sell at a higher margin than the kerosene itself. There was only one obstacle. Every household already made candles for free out of animal fat. So Standard Oil flooded the market below cost and funded modern household magazines that ridiculed the animal fat candle as primitive, smelly, low class. Rockefeller spent the modern equivalent of $50 million on that campaign. Within 20 years, the animal fat candle was functionally extinct in the American home. Not because it stopped working, because Rockefeller needed somewhere to put his garbage. Now, here's exactly how to take it back. 5 sources for the fat ranked. Source 1, beef sweet from a butcher counter, the hard white fat from around the kidneys, cleanest, hardest, longest burning candle of any domestic source. Walk into any independent butcher and ask. Most will hand you a 1-pound bag for free or for $1 to $2. Source 2, beef trim fat, free at the counter, slightly softer but burns nearly identically. Source 3, pork lard, softer, brighter flame, melts faster. Source 4, your own kitchen waste, the bacon grease in the back of your fridge, the fat skimmed off beef stew, the solid animal fat scraped out of your kitchen drain trap. All of it works. None of it costs anything. And here is the source I promised you, the one my dad swears by. Source 5, wild game fat, moose, deer, elk, caribou. Moose is the standout. Because moose are pure herbivores feeding on willow and aspen, their kidney fat renders into one of the hardest, whitest tallows of any animal, comparable to premium beef suet, in some cases superior. My dad has been making moose tallow candles for years up north. They are genuinely the best burning candles I have ever seen. Clean white flame, almost no scent. One mason jar lasts him a full weekend at the cabin. A single field-dressed moose yields 10 to 15 pounds of pure rendering tallow, hundreds of hours of free, off-grid light from an animal already feeding your family. And here's the second thing I promised. The fat you should never burn indoors. Lamb tallow throws a strong mutton odor that scents your whole room for hours. Outdoors only. Chicken fat is too unsaturated and stays liquid at room temperature. Almost every survival channel skips this warning. Stay with me. The rendering step is where most people mess this up. 2 hours of inattention, 0 mess. If you do it correctly, chop the fat into 1-inch cubes. Heavy stainless or cast iron pot. No water, no oil. Lowest possible heat setting. Walk away for 90 minutes. The fat liquefies into a clear golden pool with browned protein scraps and cracklings sinking to the bottom. The cracklings are edible and excellent on a salad. When the liquid is clear and the cracklings are golden, strain through double cheesecloth into your container. Do not skip the cheesecloth. Any leftover protein chars and smokes when burned. 3 mistakes to avoid. Never high heat. Fat above 250 degrees Fahrenheit develops a burnt odor that locks in permanently. Never add water. Never use a nonstick pan. Now the wick. Where every other tutorial fails you. Cotton twine works for 40 hours, then disintegrates. Your candle dies with the wick floating in unused fat. The upgrade is 2 parts. Part 1, carbon felt. Welding supply store under $5 per square foot. Sold for protective welding blankets. Cut a strip 1/2 inch wide and 3 inches long. Carbon felt does not burn. It wicks the melted fat indefinitely by capillary action. Part 2, a metal cement anchor from the hardware store fastener aisle, under $1 each. The anchor opens into 4 legs that hold the felt perfectly upright. Press the legs flat against the bottom of your container before pouring the fat. This combination is what makes a candle that genuinely burns forever. You never replace the wick. You only top off the fat. 1 mason jar burns 60 to 80 hours. When it runs low, render another batch and pour it on top. Containers matter less than the internet thinks. Anything non-combustible with a flat bottom. Tuna can, mason jar, cast iron tea light cup. Avoid thin glass, it cracks. Avoid tapered bases, they tip when the fat melts. Now the variations. And here is the third thing I promised, the version that lasts twice as long. Variation 1, the multi-wick mason jar. A pint jar holds 3 carbon felt wicks. Triple light, triple heat, lights an entire small room. Variation 2, herbal infusion. A sprig of rosemary, sage, or lavender added in the final 10 minutes of rendering. Faint herbal scent, completely non-toxic, used in European households for 4 centuries. Variation 3, the beeswax tallow blend, the medieval monastery candle, 3 parts rendered tallow, 1 part raw beeswax, blended at the final pour. The beeswax raises the melting point and nearly doubles burn duration compared to pure soft fat. Variation 4, the outdoor torch. Tallow in a steel can, thick rolled cotton wick mounted on a wooden stake, 10 hours of bright outdoor light per torch. And here is where this turns into something else entirely. Use cases beyond lighting. 1 mason jar candle outputs roughly the same lumens as a 40-watt bulb. 3 of them inside an inverted clay flower pot raise a sealed bathroom by 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit during a winter outage. And the application no survival channel has connected. Slow cooking. A single candle sustains a simmer under a small cast iron pot for over 4 hours. Soaked grains, slow broths, lentil stews. The Roman legions cooked this way. 1 pound of free butcher counter beef fat produces 50 hours of usable cooking flame. You now know what $50 million in standard oil suppression spending depends on you not knowing. You know the wick. You know the animal fat. You know which one burns forever and which one stinks up your house. You will never have to inhale benzene from petroleum wax to see in the dark. Tonight, save the bacon grease. Every like, every share, every comment preserves what they tried to erase. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.